This is RNN.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Reality Network News. I'm Jenny Blaze.
And I'm Peter Madrigal. Welcome back to Reality News. It is May the 28th, 2025, and we got a little bit of a show for you today. I've got some things that we want to that we're going to be talking about. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yes, Jenny, how was your weekend?
Memorial Day weekend.
It was a big one. It was what,
Yeah.
4? Did you take 4 days?
I had 3 days, but
Okay.
I loved that where I am, we had really bad weather on Saturday and Sunday. So it allowed me to binge TV guilt-free.
Oh, let me guess, reality television?
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely, of course, absolutely. Right now, over here in Los Angeles, California, we are going through June gloom. It always happens every year, and every year people are like, "Why is it so cloudy?" I'm like, "This." We literally had this conversation last year. It's literally on cycle. I swear, it's on cycle.
I don't think I
So
ever heard of that, June gloom.
Oh, we have it every single year. As long as I can remember, every summer starts off with June gloom. Of course, like before the summer officially kicks off, like April, we have some warm days, and then May, some warm days, but it's mostly June gloom. And then once it hits June, up until about my birthday, which is June the 14th, we are in June gloom for weeks. You know,
Oh,
so you'll have like tomorrow should be a nice day, like a warm day where you can go to the pool or you can
yeah.
go to the beach. But for the most part, June gloom is here.
Yeah, we got one good pool day in, but for us, the water is like basically an ice bath.
Really? Still?
We just opened our pools. I'm in upstate New
Wow.
York. We have like cold winters, snow,
Yeah,
things
no,
like
I
that.
get it. Well, on that note, because you watch reality television, I started this company 2 years ago, actually in
Okay.
2023. So we're going to be going on 3 years next year, and it's because I wanted to bridge the giant gap in the world of reality and what's shown on television. Now, right now, I am in the middle of expansion and originals on TV. As of at the moment, I am working on a new TV show called Bar Brawl, which I just got off the phone with some potential liquor sponsors for the actual
Ooh.
show itself. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So I'll be letting you know, Jenny, when that is shooting, because you never know. I might have you come out and be on set, maybe even be a judge and try some of the new alcohol, some of the cocktails that are coming out.
Oh
That's
my
going to be a lot of
gosh.
fun.
Well, I don't drink alcohol. Would they have to make a
Oh,
mocktail
so
version?
so I can get them to make a mocktail version, or there will
Yeah.
be a mocktail. There will be a mocktail section of the
Yeah.
actual competition. Oh
Yes,
yeah.
because we have to have something.
Well, what's hilarious, what's very interesting is I just got done creating a couple of cocktails that are mocktails, but they have the THC in them.
Oh,
So stay tuned for
infused.
that because that's coming up next week. I'll be talking about that
Oh,
on next week's version of the news. For right
cool.
now, I spent my entire weekend in Fresno bartending over there, doing my bartending
Oh,
gig. So
yeah.
yeah,
How
so
was that?
that was a lot of fun. It kind of brings everything together for me as far as making cocktails and golfing because it's called the Fairway Lounge. So I'm
Oh,
able to make drinks for everybody. Put some of my cocktails that I have on my book that is coming out. By the way, special announcement, another announcement. I don't know if I told you, Jenny,
no, this is
but
the first I'm hearing it.
hey, I like to break news here. I like to break a lot of news. Okay, this is Reality Network News, and we're the news.
I love
Uh,
this.
I'm going to be bringing out. I'm going to be. Um, I'll be announcing. I'm going to announce it right now. I am coming out with my own cocktail book. Yep,
Yay!
50,
That's
50,
so
50
amazing.
recipes. Yeah, and of course, I mean, some of them you won't be able to make without alcohol, but I'm sure a bunch of them you'd be able to make as a mocktail version, or I can make it for you as a mocktail version.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Congratulations. When should we expect that?
That I'm not sure about. Right now it is being edited. It's going through the editing process.
Oh,
So
wow.
that should
It's
be coming
close
out.
then.
Yeah, it's very close. Yeah. So it's 50 recipes. My management wanted me to do 100, but it's like 100, that's going to be lost in the wilderness. I might as
Yeah,
well make a
100's a
second
lot.
book, you know? So 50
Yeah.
recipes is perfect,
Do we have
maybe
a
even less.
title?
But yes, I do.
But you're going to keep it secret for now?
I know I can give it to you.
Oh, what is it?
It's called Poor Decisions.
Oh,
Yeah,
Pour?
yeah,
Cute. I like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Very
Everything I
nice.
do. I told you about my coin coming out next month, right?
No? What? Your coin? Like crypto coin?
Welcome to reality news. Yes, my crypto coin comes out. It launches next month, so be
Like
ready for
dollar
that as well.
sign Peter? What is it gonna be? Stop.
Oh,
Is it
now
dollar sign
that
Peter?
no, that you'll have to wait for, Jenny. That's going to be a nice little launching surprise.
Oh my
We're going to be in the middle of our
gosh.
we're going to be in the middle of our network news segment, and then all of a sudden, boom! It's right there. The coin is going to be out.
Oh wow. I'm excited for this. I'm very interested to hear more.
Yeah, I can't wait for that, and I'll be telling you all about it. But first up, I wanted to talk about something interesting that happened this past Monday, actually, and that was the AMAs. Did you watch the
Yes.
AMAs?
I did not watch. I saw some of the red carpet looks. My highlight of the entire event was seeing Spencer Pratt get in to get a shot of his wife, Heidi Montag.
Yeah.
And I just love that, like, that husband energy from Spencer Pratt. So it was cute. But I know people were kind of ragging on her
So
because of her wig. I mean, I don't expect
is
that much.
Spencer trying to get a show for Heidi? Because that's what I've been
I
hearing all
hope
over town.
so. I
I've been
want
hearing that all
one.
over town. Right?
Really?
Would you
I
watch
would love.
that?
Yes, 100% I would.
Maybe we could get it on Reality Network.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to get in touch with Spencer.
Yes. He was just
Hmm.
on Got to Get Out, which was on Hulu. It's a
Okay.
reality competition show, and it's very, very simple. The rule is you just got to get out. And like the prize money increases as time goes on. So but they like only give some people exit strategies, so not everyone even has a chance to get out, but once you do, you better take your shot, and sometimes you have to recruit people. It was so funny because it's like so simple, like the concept of it, but it's there are high stakes because the prize is $1 million.
Really?
Yeah.
So do they start with a base of 1 million, or they go up
They start at
to
like
1 million?
100,000,
Okay.
and then there's no clock. It's just the money, the prize money just is ticking, right? And
Oh
so
wow.
as more time goes by, and I think they have like 10 days. So if they all stayed in the house for 10 days, they just split it 10 ways. Or not 10 ways, sorry. I think there's like 20 of them. So they would split it 20 ways, which gives them like 50,000
Oh
each.
wow.
Is that right?
Okay.
So that's like if no one goes out. But
Well, so if it's $1 million and it's 10 people, it'll be 100,000 per person. So
yeah, but
okay,
there's
that's
20
cool.
contestants. They're stuck in this house. They're starting to get annoyed with each other. They're starting to have cliques. They team up. There's liars. There's people who are flat out lying, and that's not against the rules. You can lie if you want. So it's just so hilarious
So it's like
because,
traders almost.
yeah, it's like a very, like, much simpler version of Traders in a way.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah,
then
I
that's
loved
something
it.
we're gonna have to tune into, and
Yeah.
maybe I should come up with something like something interesting. But yeah, what I found interesting about the AMAs, and I'm gonna pull this
Yeah.
up right
What did
now,
you think?
was this. And maybe you could explain this a little bit more. Maybe
Oh, no. I don't know if I can.
I don't know if it I don't know if it's gonna allow me to show. But here you go. Do
I
you see
didn't see
that?
this. I do see it, but I didn't watch it real time, so I don't
Okay,
know
so
the
what happened in
context.
this situation? Do we know
No,
what's
I
going on
don't
here?
know. I did not pay attention to the AMAs. The only part I paid attention to is Spencer and Heidi.
Okay, because apparently Shabuzi went viral for a reaction to Megan Moroney saying the Carter family invented country music.
Oh, I did see a meme about that, and I thought that was weird. Is that true? Did she really say that?
I saw the clip and I didn't know what I was actually seeing.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
how
know
I
if I
felt.
wanted to believe my lying eyes, but
Yeah.
apparently Deadline has put this out and has said that, well, basically she said that the Carter family invented country music.
As
And he
in
looked at
like
her like, wait,
Jay-Z and Beyonce?
I
Those Carters?
I don't know.
Is
I
there
was
another
because
Carter?
she. I think there was an older Carter family from way back in the day, black and white pictures. That's because I started doing a little bit of research and
Oh.
I discovered something very, very like that's what I discovered. But I was like, there ain't no way. Country music has been around since the 1800s.
Yeah, that's
You know, it
ridiculous.
started way, way, way back in the past.
Oh my gosh, you know what
How is
it's
that even?
giving? It's
Huh?
like when everyone thanks Beyonce in their speeches. That
Yeah,
conspiracy, they're like, oh my gosh, you better thank Beyonce.
better thank Beyonce.
Thank you, Beyonce.
It's true. So she got up there and said, "Oh, the Carter." And so Shabuzi looked at her like, "Wait, hold on. What are you saying right now?"
Yeah, that's wild.
You know what I mean? He. If you watch the clip, because I paid attention to it a couple of times, he literally looked at her like, and he didn't remember the next line that he was supposed to say. He's
Oh my
like,
gosh, that reminds me of Mike Myers and Kanye West. Do you
I do.
remember
You know
that?
what? Yes, I do remember that. Mike Myers and Kanye. Oh my goodness.
Oh Lord.
Wow. This makes me really miss George Michael. It really, really, really does. I'm serious. I have yeah,
Did they
I
give
guess I'm
him a
older.
tribute?
Huh?
They gave him a tribute at the AMAs?
Yes, they did. I think they did.
I didn't
But
watch, so I don't know, but
yeah, I didn't watch it either.
isn't
Apparently a
George
lot of
Michael
people
James Kennedy's godfather?
yes.
Is that real? Is that true?
Yes, well, I mean like James Kennedy said it, so it must be true, right?
Okay. Oh my gosh, I want to know for sure. I want to see like a
We need to do some
certificate.
investigative reporting on that
I need
particular.
receipts.
Yeah. I mean, was it a baptismal godfather or he just said,
Yeah.
I'm your godfather? Like,
Yes,
well,
that's what I want to know.
yeah, which one
Which
was
is
it?
fine either way, but like, I don't like when people try to, they don't give full transparency to make it look like something else that it's not. And
Yeah.
I don't like that.
So here's the thing with the AMAs, though, something I found interesting, and I think it's because of the day that it fell on. Um, uh, Not a lot of people were there, and it's because it was Memorial Day weekend. You know, shout
Oh.
out to the troops. Thank you so much for your service. But Blake, Ryan, and Gwen weren't there. No one was there. No one ended up showing up to the to this award show,
Hmm.
which I found very interesting. You know,
What if they have the award show on a boat next time?
I think that they should do something because, like, here's the thing with these award shows, and it's correct, you know, because I've been to the reality. You were at the reality television awards, yes,
Yes, the
back in
11th
November.
annual American Reality Television Awards.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it on Reality Network. Breaking news,
Ooh.
but but all of these award shows they just happen in these auditoriums. Whether
Mhm.
it's a bunch of people sitting at a table, like the SAG Awards, or everyone sitting in the stands and watching the performance down on stage.
Mhm.
Either way, it just all takes place in the similar space. And I think that your idea, Jenny, would be
Mhm.
amazing, actually.
On
Some
a
people would
boat?
actually, yeah, on a boat or to get creative with it. Like
Yeah, because you could
outside,
have different
outdoors.
floors, different levels for different things. I mean, the only thing that I think you would have to worry about logistically is how to crowd control and
Yeah,
make
that's
sure
true.
that that goes along with whatever your program
That's true.
has.
Well,
But
if
I'm
you look
sure
at
there's
the,
event planners out there that have that mastered somewhere.
get a big boat, like a carnival cruise type boat.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
You
And,
know?
I think like maybe traditionally they want to make sure they're able to capture it on camera, right? But with technology these days, I feel like we could get someone with what are they called? A gimbal, some gimbals, get
Yes.
like action cameramen on the floor and like just kind of walking around. It kind of reminds me of how the Met Gala, I know there's no cell phones allowed, but I think it was Megan Thee Stallion. She got some footage of her inside and like there was no music. I'm like, what are they doing in there? And I feel like it would be so cool if it was actually like an event where people were able to walk around, maybe eat, drink, have fun, and then have
Yeah,
like actual cameras on the ground to catch all
absolutely.
the candid moments. I think that would be so cool.
It'd be
Also,
very
wait, I have to
interesting.
tell you one more thing about
Yeah,
the MTV Music Awards.
yeah,
They had something really cool. I didn't watch the actual show, like what they broadcast on MTV, but on YouTube, they had, I don't know what they called it, but they had a control room where people from the audience, so different talent, they took turns going into the control room and they were able to move around cameras that were like they just could they could like make them go left, go right, and the cameras were either backstage or they were on the people in the audience. So like it was funny because they're like attendees and some of them are nominated for awards, but
yeah.
they're going in and looking at the seats and they're saying, "Oh, look, there's Taylor Swift and she's talking to so and so," or like then they even like went backstage. Some lady who was working there had headphones on. They didn't know that she could hear them in the control room and they were talking about her. They go, "Oh, we met that lady." And she's like, "Me?" And like, so then they're like communicating. I watched it for like 2 hours.
That is kind of revolutionary. Do they still do that
Yes.
to this day?
It was the most recent MTV Awards.
That's revolutionary. That is
I
such a
loved it.
such a revolutionary idea. I think that certain other award shows need to become a little bit more creative
Yeah. And then
with their
the
product.
chat was popping off. The chat was
Oh, I
going
believe it.
wild.
I
Yeah.
believe it.
It was
Wow.
so fun. I
Okay.
loved it. It was
Oh,
like I felt like I was
simulcast.
there kind of, but like not
But you're
obviously.
not. But you're there, but you're not. Yeah,
Yeah, like
exactly.
I didn't have to dress up. I was in my PJs.
Yeah, but
And I'm
okay,
like, I
but
feel like I'm
who doesn't
there.
dress up a little bit, eh?
What's that? Say that again.
Who doesn't like to dress up just a little bit?
Oh,
I
of
know I do.
course. Yeah, once in a while, but like
Yeah.
I have no business being at the MTV Music Awards.
Oh, why not?
But I think it's interesting to see everyone there and see what they're doing. But that I think like in the audience, if you know that's going on, that must be kind of nerve-wracking, right? Like you
Just a
can't
little
really
bit.
relax.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. A lot of those folks like they are used to big crowd, everyone
That's
looking at
true.
them.
That's
So
true.
it wouldn't. I mean, wouldn't. I don't think it would really bother them.
That's true. They
You
love
know,
it.
it's just make sure that you're not doing anything, anything that you wouldn't
Embarrassing.
want. Yes, exactly. You don't want to see anybody seeing you do. You know,
Yeah. Because they were
that's
like
the
zooming in on people and everything. It reminded me of BravoCon 2022. I was at, they had like the BravoCon, I don't know what they called it, the
was that the one in New
Bravos.
York?
Yes, that was in New York. And I was on the balcony. So I could see everything. And they had all the cast from all the shows sitting on the floor. And there was a lot of time in between them filming because they had like commercial breaks or whatever. And
Yeah.
during those times, I would go live on Instagram. And I was just like, because I couldn't actually see. Like it was literally so I could zoom in and see the people, the Bravo Lebs, because I'm like, oh, I can't even, who is that? Who is that? And from doing that, I was like, oh my God, this is kind of weird because they're like talking to each other. I'm like, oh my God, so and so's talking to so so it was like that actually got a lot of viewers on that live stream.
Wow.
But it was, I mean, like, I don't normally do that,
Well,
but it
but
was
that's an
fun.
event, Jenny. That's an
Yeah, that
event.
was fun.
That's an event.
Yeah.
So
I dressed
switching.
up for that too.
Oh yeah. Switching up though, I want to dive into a little bit of what's going on the valley.
Ooh,
Just a little
did you
bit. Touch
watch?
on that. I didn't, and I need you to fill me in. But I will say this: I'm very happy for one Kristen Doty right now. You
Yes.
know, because as long as I've known her, and I've known her for a very, very long time. I mean, She's the one that taught me how to fold napkins properly at Sir Restaurant.
She taught you?
Yes. Okay,
Whoa.
so little bit of backstory. Little bit of backstory here, okay? This is probably something you've never ever heard before. So back in 2008, when I was hired, at Sir, I was hired as a busser all the way back in
Oh my
2008.
God.
I was very green. I
Mm-hmm.
was just fresh out of college. I went to the USC. Some people may know this, some people may not, but I'll just re-say it here. I went to college at USC. I graduated in May, and then in June, probably I think a couple of days after my birthday, in June of 2008, is when I started working at Sir.
Oh.
And the person who taught me how to carry glasses and to fold napkins was one Kristen Doty.
Oh my
I'll never
God.
forget when we were working because we had lunches at Sir back in the day, and
What do you mean by lunches? Like you served lunch?
we served
You had
lunch.
lunch
Yeah,
service? You
yes, we had lunch
guys
service.
don't have that anymore?
We just have brunch on
Oh,
Saturdays and
okay.
Sundays, but for the longest time we didn't even open during the day. We were always a night spot.
Oh.
Up until around 2018, we started serving brunches. But before
Oh.
that, from around 2011, 2012, around there, till 2018, we weren't open for during the day.
Oh.
We closed down during the day. Um, so the person who taught me how to fold the napkins
Mhm.
at Sir was Kristen Doty.
That's wild.
And I remember when I was a busser there, and she asked me, "How do you carry a glass? How are you going to set a table carrying glasses, right?" And this was during a lunch shift, and I took one of the glasses. I was like, "Just carry it like this, you know." You're talking about 24, 25-year-old Peter, like, you know. And so I'm holding a glass, and she's all like, "Oh, sweetie, you have a lot to learn."
Oh my gosh, Kristen, she's so
And now I
funny.
can just like load them up on my fingers, boom, 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 carrying
Oh.
all the glasses. You know what I mean? Yeah. So
Oh wow.
yeah, exactly.
Kristen Doty.
But
I'm
yeah.
excited
So
for her too.
yeah, I mean, like, has it been very prevalent on the Valley?
She's so currently on the Valley, she's not pregnant, even though we know she's pregnant now. And it's sad because there's some scenes coming up where they show her possibly having to confront the fact that well, it's not a fact because she's pregnant now, but she at one point on the show apparently thought that she would be infertile. And so it's even more like it's more amazing to see her so happy and
Yep.
blessed and doing so well because this is what she's been wanting for both seasons of the Valley.
Yeah, I think a lot longer than that.
Yeah.
She's been trying to get a boyfriend for a long time, a husband, whatever you want to call it. That's what she's been wanting for a long time, and and now I'm very happy for her because like finally it's finally happened,
Yeah.
and it's like it's been quite the journey with them. Have you? So there was something else that I wanted to bring up which I
What's that?
found. So the boys' chat, has that been mentioned at all in the Valley?
Yes, the boys' chat was mentioned when Danny Bucco told Luke, Kristen's fiance,
Mm-hmm.
that Jesse Lally said that Michelle, his soon to be ex wife, was an escort for a millionaire or billionaire, I think billionaire, and he pays her $1,500 a night, which he then later said he lied. He didn't say he believed it. He just threw it out there. He knew what he was doing. I personally think he knew what he was doing, and he
Yeah,
did
I
it to
do
piss
think.
off Michelle.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too.
Do you know
Um,
him? Like, well?
okay, so back in the day, this is years ago, I was on the boys' chat,
Oh.
right? Yeah. So it started off with just me and the guys from VPR, and then slowly it just became this big, big blob, just kind of collecting different phone numbers, some of the numbers I didn't even know. And at a certain point, I was all like, I am done with this thing. So I put it on mute because I was still part of the show. But I put it on mute because it was just like all the time, just bing, 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 bing.
Jeez.
And so I was literally like and then some of the crap that on there was like gross, disgusting
Oh
crap.
God.
Yeah. So
I kind of want to know, but I don't.
I, I,
Maybe text
I
it
mean,
to me.
no, I don't. First of all, I don't have access to it anymore because I'm building up to that. So what ends up happening is I put the whole thing on mute. Then some of the other guys that I'm friends with on the boys chat, I'm still friends with them to this day. They're all like, yeah, there's just because they have side chats with making fun of certain people on the show on the boys chat. One of them including Jesse. I mean, like, let's just put the only thing I remember from that boys chat from that boys chat specifically was Jesse Lawley. Okay, now Jesse, I mean, we went golfing together, and he made some like he was always like making stupid remarks, and one like you could
Always.
classify it as something akin to I just had a $13,000 bottle of wine with the King of England. That's the type
Yeah,
of
he's
stuff that he puts on there.
pretentious and yeah,
Exactly. And
phony.
I mean, like anyone can see it, and
Yeah,
whenever I'd open the boys chat, whenever I'd open this chat, it was always him talking about,
materialistic things or
yes,
women
basically, no, not even women, just materialistic stuff like, oh, yes, I had that bottle of wine in France
more
two
than
years
women.
ago. Oh, yeah, he was like extremely, extremely pretentious dude. And I
Oh
mean,
my
it's not for
God.
anyone not to see. You see it on the show. You see it. It's not hard to not
This
see.
is this is bizarre to me because I feel like when men do that, it's to look good for a girl to like get a girl to like him, but why is he doing this in the boys chat?
Exactly. That was something I asked some of the other guys that I was friends with.
That's
And they're
so
all like, it's
weird.
so bizarre, Peter. I was like, I know, it's bizarre. Like,
Oh
I
wait, I
mean,
have a question for you because I feel like
yes.
Jesse Lally might fit into this category. I'm starting to think that there are some straight men who are attracted to women but actually hate women. And I
Mm.
wonder if Jesse is one of those people because why is he talking about these accomplishments, quote unquote, accomplishments, and bragging to you guys? That's weird to me. Like, why is he trying to impress you guys?
I don't know. I have no idea. I remember, I can't remember the exact context I put on it, but I was like, you know what? I told one of the guys who was on there, I'm like, I'm gonna give something a try.
Oh
So I
my
was all
God,
like,
what did
yeah,
you
it was
do?
something akin to, I just had a bottle of Camus. It was fantastic. I had it at Chiconi's. I'm just like, testing things out. He's like, oh yeah, I ate it. He was right on it. He said, I ate at Chiconi's one time and it was phenomenal. And I had this. You should have gotten this bottle, Peter, because this bottle's better. I'm like, wow. So yeah. So because of stuff like that, I started muting the whole thing. Anyway, um, so what ends up happening? This is a little bit of news right now, but it's it happened a few years ago. So what ends up happening is me and my epic brilliance. I decide in back in 2023, I decide to create a website called
Oh yeah.
numberoneguy.com.
Mhm.
You remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. So someone who claims that had a real problem with it. So
Yes.
that person said he puts it in the boys chat. Now this I remember
He
verbatim.
did.
And he put it in the boys chat and he said, "Hey, PWTER.
Tweeter.
Why did you create a website called numberoneguy.com?" The next question, or the next statement from him. That's my phrase. And the next text was, everyone in the world knows that's my phrase. Now, here's the thing: a number one guy doesn't create, doesn't number one. He doesn't misspell. He's called. So it's either cowardice or rage. Either way, you're not the number one guy because you got to be cool under pressure. You're the number one guy. Okay, that's number one. Number two, he's going to probably do it to the side and not do it in front of everybody. Okay, otherwise he wants the attention from someone else. So just based on those. Oh, and number three, you should have come up with the idea yourself.
I know. Why didn't he?
I don't know. That's a good question. So
Missed
anyway,
opportunity.
missed opportunity. Exactly. So what ends up happening, okay? What ends up happening is I didn't even respond because I was all like, no, I'm not responding. That's not my name. Ass clown. That's not my name.
I love it.
So why would I respond to something? You're either so now you're just if I respond, that means I'm going falling into your mockery of me. No, 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 no. That's not my name. Address me by my name, and then I'll address you back, big boy. So what ends up happening is someone kicks me off of the group.
Can you do that?
Yeah, you can. You can get people off
This
the
is
group.
on Apple.
Yeah, you can take people off the group, especially if you created the group. You can
Who
expel
created
people
it?
from the group. I think he did.
Well, do you want to hear what was officially announced last night on the latest episode?
I would love to.
Brittany said that Jax, and he admitted this in the after show, he didn't pay their mortgage from May 2024 to August 2024, and their mortgage is $14,000. So he ran up like $42,000 in unpaid mortgage without telling Brittany while she had a Airbnb that she already rented for 3 months, and he went and got a lease right next door to Tom Schwartz. Yeah, a lot, right? And Brittany even went to Jax's while he was in rehab, met with Tom Schwartz, and tried to explain to him the gravity of the situation. And Tom Schwartz is just like, oh, okay. He's so bizarre. But yeah, Brittany's not happy, obviously. Isn't that scary? Peter's stunned. That's scary,
I
right?
need a moment, Jenny. What?
Yeah,
What?
I know. This is
What the
why,
hell? I'm sorry. Like I'm usually like very like with this whole news show. What?
yeah.
Are you serious? $42,000, and then he goes and rents a different place, dude.
Mm-hmm.
The dude has like cars and all sorts of garbage that is lined up in his garage for the man cave, and oh my god, holy shit! Did they get
Yeah.
back on track? Did the house
He
get repossessed by
said,
the bank? What happened?
no, I think Brittany is still in the house, so that's good with Cruz. Jax is out now, and we haven't gotten to this part on the show yet, what they're airing so far, but um on the after show, Jax claims he wrote a check for a couple $100,000 to take care of it, and I don't believe that for 1 second. Show me the receipts.
Believe it either. Oh my
Where the hell
god.
would he get a couple grand from, or a couple $100,000?
Sometimes
Why wasn't he paying? He claims like, oh, I was in a rage and I just didn't care about anything. That was his reason. Like as if that's a good excuse.
that's not a good excuse. So they both moved out of the house, and no one was living in that house.
Well, she moved out because he refused, but then he went to rehab. So then while he's at rehab, Brittany's trying to move back in, but she has this Airbnb that she's renting and then finds out while he's in rehab that he went and signed a lease next to Tom Schwartz.
Okay. Well, now I'm so happy because of all that you just exposed to me that I'm no longer part of that boys chat. Like I said, I was kicked out of it years ago.
That sounds like an honor, honestly.
Thank you.
I would not want to be in that boys
Thank
chat.
you. Oh yeah,
Ugh.
no, I was, and at first it started off, it was like, oh, it was cool, just me and some of the people I used to call friends, and now, like, I looking back on the last
don't
10
want
years
that
of my
mess.
life, I would never, ever, I don't, yeah, I don't know how we were friends for that long time. It's very, very interesting to look back on. Speaking of Brittany, she just posted a picture of her at the gym with someone. Did you see
yeah.
that?
Yeah. I love
Who
it.
is it?
I didn't look
There's
into
rumors
him.
swirling
He's
around.
like a musician, apparently.
Ah,
I don't know, but I love it.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too.
Wait, can I tell you? I heard new news today about Tom Sandoval.
Continue.
He allegedly, I saw this on Vanderpump Rules Party on Instagram, but it said that Tom Sandoval is set to be cast on House of Villains season 3, along with Lisa Rinna, who
Oh,
used to be on Beverly Hills. And I didn't see the
oh,
rest of the list. I just quickly saw that and I was like, what?
really?
Yeah. Some people from
So,
Survivor, I think, Big Brother. I'm not sure who else. I got to look at the list again.
huh? Okay.
Yeah.
One
Interesting, right?
second. So, okay. So while I was in Fresno, by the way, I don't know. I should have gone and said hi, but at the same time, Teresa Geis was there in Fresno. I don't know what she was doing up there. So next time we have our little news segment, I'm gonna find out exactly what she was doing in Fresno. At the same time, I
Oh,
was there while I was making
yeah.
cocktails. She was over there doing something. It's
Were
very
you
interesting.
filming while you were in Fresno?
I was not. Next time I go, I'm going to be filming, but this time around I was just bartending. I was doing a bartending gig over there and it was a lot of fun. So, yeah. But so Tom Sandoval is going to be on another show. I hope he doesn't get carried up a mountain again.
My JoJo Siwa, that was great. Oh my gosh, I feel like wait, here it is.
Hmm.
I can't open it. Okay, Black China, Brandy Glanville, Christine Quinn from Selling Sunset,
Oh.
Dick Donato from Big Brother. I don't know what that is. Fifi O'Hara from RuPaul's Drag Race, Mariano from Survivor, Russell Hantz from Survivor, Tom Sandoval, and Will Kirby from Big Brother. I said Lisa Rinna, right?
Yeah, you said Lisa Rinna. Yeah.
I'm still shocked.
Yeah, I know. Would you consider Lisa a villain?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on in what context. In as far as House of Villains, I think she fits into that. Yeah.
Okay, that
Yeah.
sounds good. Well, I hope we broke some news over here because I think we're running out of time, Jenny. But
Yeah.
until next week we're on our next show, the Recliner. We're going to be doing the Recliner Mafia on Reality Network, and it's going to be Val and her guests. So Val, she runs West Coast Parlor. Shout out to West Coast Parlor, the West Coast Tattoos. They do all sorts of tattoos. You go check them out if you're ever in Vegas. And Capo's Restaurant, the best meatballs in Las Vegas. Jenny, this was a lot of fun. I think you learned
Yes.
something, and I learned something as
As
well.
always.
Awesome. For Jenny Blaze, I'm Peter Madrigal, and we will see you next week.
Real life, real drama, real TV. Only on the Reality Network.